I'm going to say a few things in this video, and some people might not like it, but it's fine. I really don't care. When we think about Marcia Campbell, you know, it's like sometimes you can't think about her without thinking about, you know, the Plancatarians, you know, Miss Donna. And it's sad really, because they're two different people. But the reason why we think about them and the reason why we side, I think we take sides, is because of the whole rift that had happened. You know, they fell out. And as the years went by, we saw where, I'm going to be plain, we saw where one person has moved on and the next person somewhat, and I'm just being honest, they haven't really, you know. Ever so often you would have, you know, Marcia, she will say some things that aren't really nice, you know, and I'm human, I've got feelings, and it doesn't mean because I like the next person, I'm going to, that's the reason why I don't like Marcia. I don't have anything at all against Marcia at all. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing on, I don't have anything against anybody on social media, because they haven't really done anything to me. It's social media. It's not real life. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't have the time to hate on people. But the reason why a lot of people dislike Marcia's ways is because of the things that she says about the next person. We know what is right, we know what is wrong, we know what is good, we know what is bad, we know what is nice and what is not. And sometimes when she says things about the next individual who is clearly minding their own business, you know, they're just doing their own thing, and then you come now and you say some things, it's gonna rub a lot of us the wrong way. And you don't have to be a supporter of that individual for it to annoy you. You know what I mean? We all have feelings. So when you say things that's not nice, it's gonna get our backs up, right? If somebody comes out and says something that is unkind about Marcia, it's gonna get my back up because it is not nice. However, people will say, right, if you can dish it, you're supposed to take it. So sometimes they don't feel sorry for her when somebody else is giving it back to her. You know what I mean? We have to remember about karma. You know what you understand? So always bear that in mind as well. And fear is fear. And sometimes they say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, right? I believe that if you've broken up with someone, it's done. You break up, you know, have no issues, and you know, no thrash it out or whatever it is. Time has passed, things are changing, people are changing, people are growing. We are moving ahead. So move on. Move on. Don't dwell in the past, or else you're going to be stuck. You won't grow. Just move on, right? As you can see, this individual, they're just flourishing, they're growing, because you know what, they're not stopping to pay anything, any attention, anything that is negative. They're just ignoring it and they're just moving ahead. I still can admire and appreciate, like I've said before. And Marcia recently, she did her gala, I think over the weekend. I think it's a gala or birthday celebration. At one point I heard it was an award, I'm not sure, but she celebrated something. Let's just put it that she celebrated her birthday with her fans. And I must say, you looked beautiful. You look beautiful. Me nah hide and talk. Me nah go on a corner. Me nah, you know, me nah put my mouth around and talk. You looked beautiful. Both dresses that you wore, you look beautiful. They were fitting for your personality. I know people, they're back and forth with this whole cake thing or whatever. The cake is the same thing. The colors, they're fitting for your personality. I like the applique on the cake. in terms of the flowers. I'm not a huge fan of the fake flowers, and they were on my wedding cake, and I wasn't very happy about it. Though it was a beautiful cake, I wasn't happy about it. I think that if you're gonna do a cake, you know, it should be, the flowers should be real. But that's just me. So, you know, I had them on my wedding cake, so I have, you know, I have those photographs to look at for the rest of my life, you know. But it looked good. Marcia, people enjoy your personality, and a lot of us would like to support you more, but the reason why we're hesitant to support you is because of how you are, how you behave. You know what I mean? Like, we don't see the reason for it. We just see you over there just cussing and, you know, degrading the next person, you know, and we're all just sitting wondering, like, why? What for? You know, this person, they're not troubling you. You might say they're throwing shade or whatever, but you have to take a step back and just pause and think to yourself and just imagine somebody being on your case, which, to be honest, you know, you are more or less experiencing the same thing, you know, as it relates to you and Dr. Love. You guys are being back and forth doing your thing. So you know what it feels like for somebody to be on your case and to be saying some not so nice things. So you know how it feels, so why do it to somebody else? You know what I mean? If I know how something feels, I'm not going to do it to somebody else, because that ship has sunk, you know. It has sailed, you know. So forget about it. Forget about that friendship that, you know, that has broken up, and just move forward, you know, and let us enjoy you. You know, you have such a big presence, you know, in this little corner, right? You are very confident in yourself. You're not afraid to showcase yourself to the public and stuff like that. You know, you're quite funny in your own right. You know, I could actually see you as master of ceremonies, you know, because like I said, you've got the personality for it, you know, and you have, you know, wisdom, a lot of wisdom, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm passing through and I will stop by and I'll listen. I'm like, yeah, you know, me pick up one and two little gems over your side sometimes. I just wish, and I'm not just saying it because I like Miss Donna, you know, or support her, right? I also want to support you as well. But I don't want to support somebody who is cussing and effing and blinding, because you have such huge potential to fill that space with like really good women and men as well, you know, who want to actually support you. Let me tell you something. Royals are people and they have a mind of their own, right? Plankers are people and they have a mind of their own. You have the goodie box them, whoever, right? You have the nation as them, whoever. They are people, and for the most part they have sense, and they're going to support. If you're doing good, they're going to support you. But when you come out and you're cussing and carrying on, no, they're not going to support you. But if you just stop all of this baga and just cussing, you know, you're gonna have hand for shell sheet and curtain. May I tell you that? It's because of our mouth sometimes and the way how we are, and that stifle with growth, that stifle with business. I bet you, if you stop with the cussing, yeah, I bet you, if you, I know that some people, they enjoy that side of you. You understand? They enjoy that part of you, right? But, and sometimes it's, you know, you say certain things and it's quite funny, you know, it's hilarious. But who are we cussing and why? You know, why? If the person is not disturbing you, then it's not warranted. It doesn't make any sense, right? But for the most part, you feel like people are against you. We're not against you. We want to celebrate you. You know, we want to celebrate you and others as well. You know what I mean? But sometimes you make it hard. You make it hard for, you know, we want to reach out and, you know, buy a couple of sheets or, you know, a couple of curtain, right? And like I said, your venue would have been And I mean packed. If you need a cuss right, right through the year, you know, it would have been packed. You have the potential to be so successful. And you spend all this time cussing the next person or following up the next person. What you don't realize that this person is making a name for themselves, you know, getting the bag, a bag that you can get, and an even bigger bag as well. But you have to think, you have to be smart. And it doesn't take much. All it takes is for you to just stop cussing. That's it. Because you have the full package. You have the full package, but you don't realize that. You say you're a big deal. You are a big deal. Of course, you are a big deal, and you could be an even bigger deal if you just stop the foolishness. Honest to God. Because sometimes when I watch, I just laugh and I say, enough of these people, they're online, and you don't even know, you know, you don't know what you can achieve in this space if you just stop the foolishness. Try it. Try it and you'll see. Right? You're a grown-ass female. I can't tell you what to do, and you don't take lightly to advice, but I can promise you, the moment you stop with this foolishness of this cussing the next person and following up the next person, watch and see how your life will change. Your business will start booming. Just come as you are, your personality, you know. Just come with your look of funny self, with look of career. Just come, and you see how things change. You'll see how next year, how, you know, your gala or your birthday do or whatever, it's like you don't have space. You most probably have to think, okay, after next year you maybe have to go get a bigger venue. You know, Marcia, when I look at you, yeah, you look like the type of person where if you never did a cuss and if I'm blinding like that on social media, you look like the type of person when we meet you, we just want to hug you. You know, some people you just want to embrace them. You look like that type of person. Just like with Miss Donna as well. She just look like the type of person who, but I just like, you know, when we see them, we just want to embrace her. You look like that type of person, but like I said, when you behave a certain way, you know, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, at time now to stop this cussing and carrying on, because, you know, you have a grandson, you know what I mean, and you want your grandson to come and hear you carrying like that. Like, I don't get it. Like, me personally, I don't get it. I don't want my kids them to see me in a certain way. I don't want certain videos of me behaving in a certain manner to be out there, because it's going to be out there for a long time. These people, they screen record things and they share it out there. But I just feel like when we get to a certain age and we're having, you know, our, you know, so having our grandchildren and stuff like that, I just feel like certain things we should just put down. Like, I'm not saying if somebody comes out and then they say certain things, like, you're not going to try and debunk what they're saying, you know, or, you know, you're retaliating words, right? But it's how. We have to start thinking about how we resolve conflict, you know.